Hey guys, it's Rachel here. Welcome back to another video. In this video, I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite handheld consoles that I grew up on. I already mentioned my Game Boy Advance that I've had since I was a child. Now I want to talk about my PSP. I've had this. When did I get this? What year did this come out? I don't even remember, but I think it came out in like 2006 or 7, possibly. I think I got it in like 8th grade. I don't remember, but I played the hell out of my PSP. I still have it after all these years. Still kept it up in good condition. I had the gold one. This isn't gold, this is silver. Got a silver one, my favorite handheld ever. Played the hell out of this. In this video, I'm going to be talking about the games I played on here, the games I still own, and just all my favorite memories about the PSP. And let me know down in the comments below if you still have your PSP, if you still play on it, and your favorite games for it, because this is what this video is for. It's a tribute to PSP. I freaking love this stuff. Before I get into that, if you haven't already, subscribe to my channel. I post videos every Friday and Sunday. My channel, if I miss Friday, I post on Sunday. Hit the like button if you're a fan of the PSP, if you still own it, and leave a comment down below of your favorite PSP game, or if you still have it, let me know, girl. The first game that I want to talk about that I love, the sole reason why I bought my PSP was for this game, and it is Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core. Now I think this game is very underrated because not a lot of people know about Zack. Before Cloud, before Sephiroth, there was Zack, and he's the main reason why Cloud is the way he is, because of him. And I can't wait for Final Fantasy VII Remake Part 2 to come out. I hope he plays more of a big role in the second one because it's so good. But yes, I love Final Fantasy VII Crisis Core because it introduced Zack. Zack was a first-class soldier who kind of mentored Cloud when he was trying to get into Soldier, and they were both taken into Holder's laboratory where they were experimented on for about 3 or 4 years. They had a bunch of Mako experimentation put on each other. They escaped. While they were escaping, Zack hid Cloud and went out to try to defeat the Shinra troops and was killed. But according to the remake, they changed the story so Zack is still alive. So I'm very curious about that. But yes, I love Crisis Core a lot. The gameplay is really good. I enjoy the gameplay. And I also enjoy the story for sure. I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan. I love the story. They put all your favorite Final Fantasy VII characters in there that you may be familiar with, like Cloud, of course, Tifa, Sephiroth. Before he went bad, he was actually a nice person. And introduced Angel and Genesis, who were Zack's mentors, are very strong. But yes, I love Crisis Core. One of the best games, greatest hits on here. I suggest everyone who's a Final Fantasy fan should play Crisis Core. It is so good. I want them to remake this for PlayStation 4, maybe the 5th one, but I mean, whatever. Next game that I have a PSP is Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep. You can't really see it, but yeah, Birth by Sleep, jeez. This game was one of my favorite Kingdom Hearts games ever, mainly because of Terra, to be honest. If you haven't played Birth by Sleep, it's basically the story of Terra, Ventus, and Aqua. 3 were all friends, kind of like Sora, Donald, and Goofy. They were all battling to become Keyblade Masters, and Aqua, of course, won. And in this one, it gives the background story of the Keyblade War, who the Keyblade Masters were. It introduced Master Xehanort and Master Ericus, and the whole story between these two. I'm not going to explain the story because I'm sure you already played it or heard of it or at least seen it, but the story is really complicated, but I enjoyed the game so much. I enjoyed Terra's story the most. You get to play Aqua, Terra, and Ventus and go between each of their stories. I preferred Terra's. His was the most fun to play. Birth by Sleep was a really good one. I enjoyed it so much. It was one of my favorite games I played on here. Next is Final Fantasy Dissidia. Now I have both sequels. I have, you can't even see it, the original one, Dissidia. And then I have Dissidia, how do you pronounce this one? You can't even see it. There you go. Both were good. They're both sequels to each other. The third one is on PS4. It's Dissidia NT. I don't have that one. I need to get it, to be honest. But yes, it's basically when all the Final Fantasy characters all fight together to defeat the evil god of chaos. So it's like the heroes are Team Cosmos, all the heroes of Final Fantasy 1 through 12. And then the villains from Final Fantasy 1 through 12 are Team Chaos. You get to navigate through the worlds of Final Fantasy 1 through 13 and fight against evil and all that kind of stuff. I enjoyed it a lot because like I'm a huge Final Fantasy fan for one, so any excuse to play Final Fantasy I'm a huge fan of. The gameplay is really fun. You basically get to make a team of Final Fantasy characters and fight with each other. And so if you're a Final Fantasy fan and you love Dissidia, I suggest you check it out on PSP. It's so worth it. I love it. Next is Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. I know you can't see it. Probably can't, yeah. Ratchet and Clank Size Matters is another one. I don't have the case for it. I should probably, I don't know why, but yeah, Ratchet and Clank Size Matters. This was the first Ratchet and Clank game I've played. It kind of reminds me of Jak and Daxter, even though they're both created by two different companies. Jak and Daxter is Naughty Dog, and Ratchet and Clank is Insomniac Games. But I don't know, it just reminds me of each other. But I don't know, if you played Jak and Daxter, you'll probably enjoy Ratchet and Clank. But I enjoyed this game a lot because I thought the game was so fun and cool. Ratchet, you know, fighting with the Screw and his friend Clank, who's the robot, you get to play with him as well. There's certain missions where you get to fight with him in space and play these mini games with him as well. Of course, he's playing as Ratchet, of course. So I enjoy Ratchet and Clank. Can't wait for the sequel to come out. The sequel, Ratchet and Clank Rift Apart, is gonna come out on PS5 this year. So I'm excited to see the gameplay for that. That game looks really, really fun. But yeah, if you're a Ratchet Clank fan and you haven't played Size Matters, or you have, let me know if you have. This game is so fun. I enjoy playing it a lot. And last on my list is Street Fighter Alpha Max 3. You can't see it. What about Street Fighter Alpha Max 3? Oh, jeez, I love this game. I'm a huge Street Fighter fan. I love playing with Ryu and Ken. And it's such a good game to play on the PSP for one, because it's a fighting game for one. 2 is Street Fighter, and 3, kicking ass with Ryu and Ken is just, oh my god, it is amazing. I'm so glad it came out for PSP because it was such a fun game. Classic Street Fighter, you play on a bunch of different stages. You get to choose characters from Ryu to Bison. You get to do story mode or arcade or mission mode. It's totally up to you, but you can't go wrong with Street Fighter. It's totally fun. My fighters of choice always Ryu, Ken, and Chun-Li. And that is it. That is the end of my favorite PSP games that I've owned and played throughout the years. I love the PSP. Let me know if you have one, if you still play it, or if you just have it but you haven't touched it in a couple years. Totally fine. I will never get rid of my PSP because I love it so much. One of my favorite handhelds ever. You can still play it today and have a good time. Most of these games I think have been no, I don't think you can play any of these games on PlayStation anymore. It's only available on PSP, unless I'm wrong, but I think most of these games are only on PSP. So yeah, I'm keeping mine because I just love these games. But yeah, that is the end of the video. Thank you if you made it this far. Follow me down on my social media. I put my Twitter and my Instagram down below if you want to follow me on there and see what I'm up to, if you want to follow me. And I post videos every Friday and Sunday on my channel. If you miss Friday, no, if I miss Friday, then I'll post on Saturday. And if you want to subscribe to my channel, hit the subscribe button. Also, there's a Q controller. I don't know if it's this way or whichever way. You can hit to subscribe if you want to already. And yeah, that is it. I'll see you next time for another video. Bye.